one day, you might see me in a whole new way. One day, but still I see that I'm the same OJ. One day, you might. Yo, what up, YouTube? Welcome to Sinn-Take, man. My name is Sin, coming back with another one, man. And as y'all can see, I'm coming live from the Rose Garden, man. And y'all already know I gotta give thanks to the Most High for waking me up this morning. And shout out to my broski. But real fast though, man, listen, you got a lot of people out there that don't understand why we do what we do. You know what I mean? You got a lot of people that just don't understand, you know? But real fast, I just wanted to name off a list of people, right, that obviously didn't know anything about semen retention, you know, understandably. I didn't know about it my whole life. You know, I didn't think anything of it. You know, a lot of us don't think about porn addictions and sex addictions and, you know, the things that it connect to, like, you know what I mean, like drugs and all of that shit. But it's a connection in there. It's a connection in there when you think about it. You know what I mean? When you think about porn addiction and sex addiction and all of that shit, drug addiction, which intensifies that shit. But I want to name off a few celebrities, right, that then dealt with all of it. You know what I mean? That some people don't even know about, man. I made a list of them. You know what I mean? You know the basic ones, but I made a list for y'all. Y'all already know about Kanye West. You know, he done put it out there about his sex addiction and his porn addiction. You know what I mean? Jada Pinkett, you know what I mean? She did her Red Table Talk. You know what I mean? We didn't know nothing about that. We didn't know that she had a sex addiction, you know? Females have that shit too, you know? And if they don't get that shit in check, guess what? They body count go through the roof as if they don't already have a high body count. You know, you got people like Lamar Odom. Y'all remember Lamar Odom? You know what I mean? NBA player, superstar, you know, played with Kobe. You know, he overdosed on drugs at the Bunny Ranch. At the Bunny Ranch, he had all types of drugs on him. Had all types of strokes, straight up overdose at the Bunny Ranch. You know what I mean? Drug addiction, sex addiction. He had both. He was hit. He had a double whammy. In a lot of these cases, we do have double and triple whammies. Like with me, drug and alcohol addiction and porn addiction. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you got much like Colin Farrell. You know Colin Farrell from SWAT. You know what I mean? Sex addiction. A lot of people was wondering why he fell off his career and went, you know what I mean, doing, you know, lame movies. He wasn't on top of his shit like he was when he first started. I'm pretty sure that sex addiction put the brakes on his shit. You know what I mean? You got cats like Russell Brand, who is big. He is huge on YouTube. Russell Brand is huge on YouTube now that he's sober. He open, he on here like me. He talking about his porn addiction, his drug addiction, his sex addiction. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Russell Brand, man. He doing his thing, putting mugs up on game. Putting mugs up on game about all types of shit though. Go check out his channel, Russell Brand, man. If you don't know Russell Brand, he like the English dude. He dated Katy Perry. You know, I'm pretty sure his sex addiction and all his other demons put a stop to that relationship, man, and that's too bad. You had cats like Dean Dermont, however you say his name. Anyways, he was married to Tori Spelling. I think he still is, you know. But yeah, man, had a sex addiction. That's why they had all them damn kids. But yeah, obviously, it's starting to put a strain on their relationship because they separated right now. You know what I'm saying? That's the dude that's married to Tori Spelling and shit from 90210. Who else? Rob Lowe. Yeah, Rob Lowe, sex addiction. You know, that shit then put a strain on his career too, but he bigger than ever now. Rob Lowe, probably one of the most successful actors, you know what I mean, that's in the game right now, that then bounced back from all of his issues and shit like that. So shout out to Rob Lowe. You know, David Duchovny. You know about David Duchovny. He done ruined a couple of his marriages due to his sex addiction. That shit is real. You know, you got cats like Bernay. Bernay. I gotta talk about Bernay and his sex addiction. You know why? Because he was with Halle Berry. He was married to Holly Berry. And guess what? That sex addiction fucked that marriage up. You know what I mean? More than likely, he probably started cheating on her, just like other dudes with sex addiction do. You know, you got cats like Jesse James, you know, the motorcycle dude. He cheated on Sandra Bullock. You know what I mean? Sandra Bullock. He cheated on her after she got the Oscar. You gotta be a dumb motherfucker to cheat on her, you know what I mean? While she on top of her game after she done took home the Academy Award for motherfucking Blind Side. You know what I mean? You got Michael Douglas, you know what I mean? Sex addiction. You know what I mean? You got Charlie Sheen. Look, that motherfucker got AIDS now. He got AIDS now. He was out here wilding so bad. Charlie Sheen got AIDS. He was out here wilding so bad. You know what I mean? Just smashing every type of thing. Now look at it. You know what I mean? He just sitting there with his money in his mansion, ain't got no work, ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? You got motherfuckers like Lindsay Lohan. Yeah, these chicks, they be having them addictions too. They got to get a hold of that shit. And look, you could connect Lindsay Lohan shit to drugs. Her sex addiction, connect that shit to drugs and all types of other shit that she didn't do. Now, you know, she crazy. She a little bit loco, but she trying to get it back. But that shit put a strain on her career. A strain on her career. You know what I mean? Tiger Woods, look at that shit. Sex addiction. Look at what that shit. Shout out to Tiger Woods though. Motherfucker bounced back on their ass. Motherfuckers was trying to drop Tiger. Tiger like, fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? Nike was like, hell no, y'all could drop him. We ain't. You know what I mean? Nike like, shit, we ain't dropping Tiger Woods. Y'all motherfuckers could drop Tiger Woods. We ain't. And look, Tiger he's still winning shit. Tiger still killing. So shout out to Tiger Woods. But that shit put him in a bind. He lost a lot of money due to his sex addiction and cheating and shit like that. I'm pretty sure he wish he could take that shit back, but he can't. You know what I mean? But that shit caused him that divorce, had to pay a lump sum, man, all types of millions to that broad. All types of millions. That costed him a lot. But he bounced back though. Wilt Chamberlain, you know what I mean? The legendary Wilt Chamberlain in the NBA. You know what I mean? Sex addiction. But I wanted to just read those off to y'all to let y'all know, man, listen. What we doing right now was definitely called for. Because these is cats of status. These are people of status that I named off, that had to go through those things, man, because they didn't handle their situation early on. You know what I mean? And some of them probably developed that sex addiction and porn addiction and the drugs. You mix all that shit in there with it, man, listen, you got a recipe for disaster. So shout out to everybody that I named, though, because now they dealing with their issues and their problems. But still, though, y'all putting in this work right now so y'all don't have to go through that. Yeah, we gonna stumble, we gonna hit these roadblocks on the way up, especially since we all gonna be successful, you know what I mean? So guess what? We gonna run into these problems. The devil gonna try to throw shit our way, but we gonna know how to better handle that shit than they did, than those people that I named off, because they ain't know nothing about semen retention. You know, they clearly didn't have no control like you gonna have control. What you working on right now. They never had an opportunity. They hit that stardom and then boom, straight to the top. All these hoes all around, everything at their feet, access to drugs, you know, access to women, tons of women, beautiful women, women that we ain't never even seen, that ain't never even been in the same room as these women. They so bad, but you see, they see a different type of women. You know what I mean? They see a different type of freaks up there when you got that bread. So it's gonna be hard for us too, man, because we gonna be successful. So we gonna have to learn how to deal with that shit. That's why we putting in this work now, though. That's why we putting in this work now, though. You know what I mean? A lot of mugs don't want to put in that work. That's why we putting in this work now, so we can have some control. Motherfuckers out here ain't had no control. Yeah, superstars too. Like I told y'all before, ain't nobody exempt from this life shit. I told y'all before, ain't nobody exempt from this life shit. It don't matter what level you on. If you don't deal with your problems now, your problems gonna deal with your ass later. I'm trying to tell y'all motherfuckers, man, y'all don't deal with these problems now, they gonna deal with you later. Like I said, hey, that shit could be, listen, that sex shit, these females, that drugs, all that shit, that could be your worst downfall. So you gotta know how to, you gotta learn how to handle that shit now and get a hold of that shit. We all, like I said, we all gonna stumble, but we gotta collect these tools. It's tools out here at our motherfucking disposal, but people don't want to put in that work like we putting in that work. So guess what? They gonna get hit with them drug problems. They gonna get hit with them pussy problems. They gonna get hit with them porn problems. That's just gonna feed into every other thing that they got. Like I said, motherfuckers be like talking about gateway drugs and shit. Motherfucker, pornography is a fucking gateway drug. Pornography is a gateway drug. How about that? Because I'm sure everybody I named, even though I said, yeah, most of them have sex addictions, listen, I go out on the limb right now and tell you that I guarantee low-key they have porn addictions too. All of them. All of them. Jada too, Lindsay too. All of them. All of them porn connected to all of the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like I said yesterday, you just got certain people that'll speak out and to say it straight up, like Russell Brand. He went out there and talked about his porn addiction, like Kanye West. He talked about his porn addiction because people don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about it. They think about it. They embarrassed because they was watching and they was fapping and all that shit. Listen, y'all ain't the only ones, bro. That's why I'm talking about it. Motherfucker, listen, I'm a rapper. A motherfucker could come later and use this as a diss. This nigga called me all types of shit. This nigga was watching porn, smacking his meat, all types of shit. Motherfucker gonna use that as a diss. I become successful, but I ain't gonna get no fuck. You know why? Because it's a bunch of us out here. We just so we could talk about it, though. We real enough to talk about it. Niggas ain't real enough to talk about this shit. You know what I'm saying? As if they ain't watch no porn, as if they wasn't teenagers, as if they wasn't, you know what I'm saying, brought up in this shit and brainwashed like we was to think that that shit was okay. But still though, check it though. Even though a motherfucker could try to use that as a weapon, guess what? Just because they out here getting the real thing, you know what I'm saying? Just because they out here maybe getting the real thing and sleeping with this one and that one, that don't make them no better than you because you was watching it on the screen. They in even more danger. Them the ones that got all these baby mamas getting raped for all of their money. You know what I mean? Getting diseases, herpes, all types of shit. Getting in marriages and shit like that. Having to pay alimony and shit because they ain't get control. Yeah, I was watching porn and fapping and shit like that. But just because you was whacking hoes, real hoes don't make you no better than me. You was in more danger than I was. Understand that. And now look, you paying child support to all types of bitches. You know, you got all types of hoes in your pockets. You got to keep working just to pay that shit off. So, man, don't let these motherfuckers think they better than you. But real talk, man, keep doing what y'all doing. It's for a reason, so y'all don't get in a position and at the top of your career and then get knocked down because of some shit that you could have handled back then. You handling it now. Keep doing it, all right? And that's my word. My name Jason and Sinn-Take. Holla at y'all later, man. Peace. First I'ma get on my grind, then second stop wasting my time on shit less important. If ain't about money, I'm going the other direction. And third, I'ma do what I gotta to eat. Fourth, I'ma sew up the streets. Fifth, I'ma never quit dropping this heat. So as long as I'm breathing, you better get used to me. Sixth, I'ma get